Nothing amounts to anything until I hear from you.
Frank, Hayes, Lauren, and Gibby. The Frangie Show starts now on Tintin XL 92.5 FM.
Hey, welcome in. Glad you're along for the ride with Hayes Carline, Lauren Brooks, and Andrew Gibson. I'm Frank Frangie. We embark on a Tuesday installment of our little program here. We are 2 days away from a preseason game with starters playing. We are 5 days away. 4 days away. I'm like that. I am so shrewd with
My
math.
days are so messed up with them practicing Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
I think today's Friday.
That's right.
Because today is the Jaguar Friday.
Yeah, that's
but
right.
it's
That's right.
Tuesday.
Because that's exactly, they're off tomorrow.
Well, Hayes, I need you to show up tomorrow because Frank's not going to.
I'm not coming tomorrow.
So
I will be here.
I need you to
Might not
show
hurt
up.
to send a text.
I'm taking the day off, okay? Y'all need me? Don't call me. Forget my number.
You'll
okay?
be a little busy, so I'm going to need you to be here.
Anytime you ask yourself, should I text Hayes and remind? Yes.
Yeah, that's a good
Absolutely text
Good
Hayes
idea.
and remind him.
Hey, a lot of things to get to today on the program. You know what today is? You know what today is?
Tuesday?
You know what else it is? National
Tuesday?
Radio Day.
National
Did
Radio
you know
Day.
that?
I did
National
not
Radio.
know
How about
that.
National Radio
I
Day?
didn't know there was a National Radio Day. That's pretty awesome.
Well, two things. A,
There's a National Everything Day.
neither did I. And B, there's a National Everything Day, so we should have known that. So it's National Radio Day today.
That's awesome.
That's kind of cool. Is it the first one ever?
No, they've had this for a couple of years now.
Oh, they have. There's also, I know that there has been a World Radio Day. There's a World Radio Day, which is very important. That's in February.
You think there's like sports talk in Australia?
Yes, it centers around
Like rugby and
surfers.
cricket, surfing?
Yeah. Great white sharks, how
I'd
they
like
avoid
that.
great
I'd
white
like
sharks.
that job.
That'd be
a
pretty
great. Wouldn't it be
cool.
a great job to
Yeah.
talk about like sharks and surfing?
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
And what's the big sport? Soccer?
Is it? I probably in Australia, but I don't know.
What about rugby?
Tennis would be big because
rugby,
they host a
yeah.
Grand Slam.
Yeah,
tournament.
they have the Australian Open.
Yeah.
So there's that.
That's probably their crown jewel of sports.
you would think.
You can send me there, and I'll do some intrepid reporting.
So intrepid reporting. You would be quite the intrepid reporter. That's
right.
Hey, a lot of things to get to today on the program. We'll have some fun with the National Radio Day. That'll be kind of fun. I want to talk about the Canes. What do the Canes represent? We had this talk the other day how we're all kind of born in different decades. What do the Canes represent to different people? Has it been so long since the U was the U that people don't respect the U? And we'll get to that. You know what I mean? I mean, it's been a long time since the U was the U. It really has. The U now, is it still the U, or are they just a football team? You know, so are they the Southern version of Syracuse? Now, fans of the U aren't going to like that, but that's the real question. Are they the Southern version? And believe me, and again, we spent a lot of years, 2010 through last year or before last year, Florida was a Southern version of Kentucky, really, Missouri, right? I mean, 2010 through 2017, with 12 being the outlier, they were kind of Missouri, right? And then what the Gators were for the most part?
Missouri would argue with you. Missouri had won 2 SEC East titles back to back.
Well, so had Florida. And so had
yeah,
Florida. So Florida,
sort of.
Florida won 2 unimpressive East the same way Missouri won 2 unimpressive East, right? So they're kind of Missouri, right? So
Yeah.
they were kind of the same. So we'll talk a little bit about the U, what the U represents as well. Hey, we've got a big thing coming up on our air this weekend. The Bold City Showcase, 3 games, all that'll be called by our talent. Gibby has 2 of them. Tony's got the 3rd one. Channel 4 is televising the games too. It makes me think a little bit about high school football, about what high school football has meant. Got a lot of thoughts about that. So we want to we'll talk a little bit about that. How long did you cover preps?
Oh, I would have started in 2000 and would have gone until 2011.
So you really that long? So 10
Yeah,
years of
'cause my
preps.
first game.
Okay.
Yeah, my first Gators football season was 2012.
Okay, you covered preps in some capacities for a decade.
Correct.
Okay, I covered them. Heck, I probably did too. Not a decade, but I was the prep writer at the Journal for 3 years. But I covered them as a part timer 4 or 5 before that. So we've covered a lot of high school. Was the whole Joey Wiles, St. Augustine dominating everybody? Is that what you cover the most?
Absolutely.
You saw that up close and personal.
When I worked at the Record, I started in 2000 at the Times Union, just real quick, as a part-timer, so I covered a lot of different games in this area, but then I went to the Record full-time in 2001. So I got to the Record, and that was Bartram Trail's second year of football. So my teams that I was responsible for were Bartram Trail and St. Joseph Academy. So I covered Bartram years 2 through, I guess, 7 of that program, and then went back to the Times Union to be the prep editor. And so I didn't see St. Johns County as much at that point, but I saw obviously a lot of Duval.
Yeah. So I want to talk a little bit about that today. Comparing that to Corky, comparing that run to the current Raines run. We've had some great runs around here. So those are some fun topics. We'll certainly get to that coming up today as well. What about Baker Mayfield, Brooks?
I don't dislike him, and I think
I don't dislike him either.
I think
like
a
him.
lot of people, after a lot of the incidents he's had, both on and off the field, have decided that he's a little too Johnny Manziel for their taste, without the drug issues.
Yeah.
But there's still that cocky swagger that he hasn't earned it yet, and I think there are camps forming that you're either a Browns fan and you love him, or you're pretty much can't wait for this kid to fail.
I like him. I'm like you. I'm a fan of his. I'm surprised he took the Daniel Jones take, because that's fan take. I can line up 10 fan takes for you. Haskins is great. Jones was overdrafted. This guy's good. And 95% of fan guys going to say that, right? And insiders don't usually follow into the fan. Are you with me on that? Mm-hmm. Insiders usually don't say the standard thing that all the fans say. They usually say that's unusual for him. I was surprised that he would say what all the fans say. Yeah, Haskins should have been 1 overall, and Jones is no good, and this guy's good, and this guy's bad. Again, the standard fan thing, the things that we try not to say. Did that surprise you because of that?
It did surprise me, because I guarantee you he hasn't seen much of Daniel Jones.
Right.
So it was surprising, and I don't know if it was, in trying to be supportive of Odell, who's his new teammate, and that relationship will go a long way towards Baker Mayfield's success with Cleveland. So I don't know if he felt like, well, if I talk badly about Dave Gettleman, it was more about Dave Gettleman making a bad choice than it was Daniel Jones, and I have no idea if that played into it. But I thought it was a mistake on Baker Mayfield's part.
And by the way, I'm a Mayfield fan too now.
He took to Instagram and tried to clear up the situation and say that he wasn't just talking about Daniel Jones. He said he was also surprised he was drafted number 1 overall. They were just talking about flaws different quarterbacks could have, and that's why he brought up, winning can be important. Daniel Jones was 17 and 19 in college. So I hate to throw him in the same category that we've thrown some other guys as far as being super brash and really, trying to cause clickbait. I don't think that's what he was doing. I think he's trying to make sure that you understand the media is always going to, take something that is splash-worthy and throw that out there.
I believe him, but what you just said is damage control. If anybody heard what he said, it wasn't like I was surprised they took me too. That wasn't what he said. He was talking about him having a losing record. But we'll talk about it coming up. A lot of fun things to talk about. UNF's got their basketball schedule out. We'll touch on that a little bit today. A lot of fun stuff to get to, but football first and foremost. Which Jaguars play? Which Jaguars need to play? Hazel will go over a list for you of guys that have been ruled out for the game, and it's your expectation that if you haven't been ruled out, you're probably playing. Is that how you see it?
That is how I see it.
Yeah, so we have a pretty good idea, don't we?
Yeah, because I don't think any of the guys, none of the guys he ruled out are starting offensive linemen. And I think that was always the key to the whole thing, was would they have their starting offensive line, and in particularly would they have Cam Robinson at left tackle, because I think they always felt pretty good about Norwell and Juwan Taylor. So Cam Robinson is going to play. I asked Doug, I said, how's Cam Robinson progressing? And he was like, he's going to play. So hopefully that means he's progressing well.
Right.
And so to me, once you have that, then you've got your starting quarterback playing, then you've got your starting running back playing. And again, I don't expect it to be all that long, but I do think they're going to get out there and go.
Yeah, and by the way, what the Jags have done is pretty similar to what a lot of teams have done. 12 quarterbacks haven't played yet. Aaron Rodgers and Cam Newton and a bunch of guys are going to play this week. for a little bit, right? So I think it's pretty standard stuff. So we'll talk a little bit about that today. A lot of football talk coming up on the program. Some high school football talk. National Radio Day. You don't get that every day. Did we have a cake?
I don't know.
Is there a cake?
Gibby, we got
Is there a cake?
Haven't seen one.
That's really too bad.
That's
Maybe if someone told me yesterday,
That it was National Radio Day?
then I could have baked a cake.
Not sure I knew, though. That's the problem was I didn't know it was National Radio Day. So
How did you find out it was national radio?
Twitter. How do you find out? How do you find out you're breathing? Okay. How do you find out it's raining? How do you find out it's Monday or Tuesday?
Was it a legitimate
Twitter.
account?
You know what? I didn't know if there was a blue check or not. Good point. Actually, you telling me National Radio Day might be like in a month, and I bought it. I was the buy it guy. A lot to talk about. Jags will be on the field. Hazel will go through who is and who isn't. That's next on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
The Frangie Show, live from the law offices of Brett Hastings Studio on 1010XL 92.5 FM. Congratulations to the Jacksonville Sharks, 2019 National Arena League champions on their 15-1 season and 52-48 victory in Saturday's NAL championship game in front of 9,000 great Sharks fans here in Jacksonville.
Honey, come to bed.
Yes, sir. Things sure have changed since you went to Men's Choice Medical Center, and I love it.
Men's Choice Medical Center can help you regain a great sex life. The brand name pills don't work for everyone and can have serious side effects. Diabetes, hypertension, and prostate issues can bring on erectile dysfunction. We can help with doctor-prescribed, custom-blended medications, and we guarantee results on your first visit or it's free. Men's Choice.
Women's Choice, too.
Call 904-452-7111. That's 452-7111.
If you own a small business and you need a trusted licensed plumber,
call TNT Plumbing.
from backflow prevention to repipes, call or text 508-3455, 508-3455.
TNT Plumbing, quality craftsmanship, and dynamite customer service.
Warning. This product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. The world is changing. Isn't it time smoking changed too? Meet Vuse Alto, a vapor product offering you a satisfying alternative to cigarettes. With long-lasting pods filled with liquid blended in the US, Vuse Alto delivers our highest performing vapor yet. Simple to use, surprisingly quiet, and impressively powerful. Vuse, leading the way today, tomorrow, and the future. Underage sale prohibited.
For the best price and service when it comes to your waste hauling and collecting, look no further than the A-Team at All-American Roll-Off and Recycling. Jet Prosser here, and let me tell you, you're not going to find an easier way to handle your project cleanups than calling in the A-Team at All-American. A J.B. Coxwell company, All-American Roll-Off and Recycling has brand new trucks and cans in all sizes to fit your project needs. No hidden fees. Count on the best price in town. When it comes to cleaning up when the job is done, go with the A-Team at All-American Roll-Off and Recycling. Visit us at all-americanrolloff.com.
Attention Jags fans, Money Pages is giving away 4,000 preseason tickets to celebrate the 25th season of the Jacksonville Jaguars. This is your chance for you and a friend to win free preseason tickets. All you have to do is download the free Money Pages app today, and you can enter to win. The savings don't stop there. When you download the free Money Pages mobile app, you'll unlock great local savings on the go. Good luck, and go Jaguars!
No purchase necessary. At least 18. Void outside Florida and Georgia. See moneypagesticketgiveaway.com for entry dates and official rules.
Jaguars today, 10 to noon weekdays on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Hey folks, Mike Dempsey here, and I want to know, are your drafty windows letting all that cool air right back outside? Will they protect your home from Florida's unpredictable weather? If not, then it's time for the peace of mind that comes only with Pella Windows and Doors. Pella offers durable wood, fiberglass, and vinyl products in various styles and designs to best complement your home. So visit the Pella of Jacksonville showroom on Phillips Highway next to Tesla, or find them at PellaJax.com. That's Pella Windows and Doors at PellaJax.com.
Baloo here for Keystone Automotive Paint, distributor for Axo Nobel Sikkens. We do want to congratulate Serrano Paint and Body, Westside's largest independent body shop. They have a lifetime warranty on collision repairs. Family owned and operated since 1966. They are known for excellent customer service. Again, congratulations to Serrano Paint and Body. They are located at 8110 103rd Street, right here in Jacksonville. Their number 771-7255.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at jimersonfirm.com.
Hi folks, Frank Frangie here for Stanley Pools. I've told you for the longest time, if you need a new pool, it's Stanley Pools. Call them at 269-7277. New pools, remodeled pools, pavers, fire pits. They do it all, and they do an outstanding job. And they have done it in this town since 1988. It is a true family business, and they truly are the best in the business. I trust Stanley Pools. Call them today, 269-7277 for the best in the business, Stanley Pools.
Regency Electric Company seeks electricians and foremen with great benefits like paid vacation, paid holidays, paid life insurance with health, dental, vision, company match 401k plus end-of-the-year bonus. Call 485-4096, regencyelectric.com.
Where's the best place to fish this weekend?
You gotta know where the elusive beauties lie. You gotta know where to fish.
The Moe's Southwest Grill Fishing Forecast.
They're rare, brother.
With Captain Kevin Favor. Brought to you by Ring Power and Marine Max. Thursday nights at 8 on 1010XL AM. This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
More of The Frangie Show now on a Nimnicht Tuesday. Nimnicht, your friends in the car business since 1941.
Hey, where did we go?
Tell me if this happened or not. You were here. Are you a witness?
Witness.
She called for the song and then bails?
And it's not here
What
to
is
hear it.
that? I mean, gone. What is that? Gonzo.
That's some,
How do you call for music and then you're gone?
That's some 5 and 11 crap right there.
Yeah, it's 5 and 11 stuff.
Where'd she go?
Gibby, I don't. She might have. Listen, Gib. She might have left the country. I can't confirm or deny. Lauren Brooks kind of grabbed Gibby and mandated he play a song. Gibby, ever accommodating, played it. What in the world?
I think she's back. I don't know how.
Unbelievable. I mean, any other songs you'd like us to play while you're gone, or how about that? American Pie, anything, or what?
I didn't realize that was going to take so long.
You're back.
It's such a
Is
great
this a song you want? It's a
I love
great
Van
song.
Morrison.
She did get.
And we just heard Transistor
She did
Radio.
get back
Yeah.
down right
So I got
in
to hear
time
it.
for her line.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
So there is
It's all
some
about
showmanship
timing.
for that.
Okay.
Yeah. I thought I had to be back by 3:18. It's just now 3:18. So did we go to break early or something? I know exactly our schedule.
So now she's blaming it on Gibby. That's unbelievable.
No,
here's
no,
Gibby,
not
and they're
on
working
Gibby.
hard, grinding, battling, fighting, scrapping,
no, I'm
and
not blaming it on
clawing.
him. I might be blaming it on you.
Oh.
It's okay, Gibby.
It's not my fault.
No.
Hey, well done on the song. We're gonna get
Thank
to
you.
National Radio Day in a bit. Thanks for anything for next break. Are we good? So,
I don't have to leave again. So
Okay,
now
good.
I can continue to pick music.
okay. We'll get to Radio Day. Hayes does a terrific job as our beat guy. He covers every press conference, every practice, and everything. Would you give me Doug sent who's not playing? Give us a list.
Right. Doug went into it. Marquise Lee, which that's not a surprise, him just coming off a pup. Tight end's a concern. Jeff Swaim and which Oliver we knew about, Josh Oliver, the rookie. But it's a little concerning that Jeff Swaim, who I was impressed with early, but it's a little bit of a concern he's not out there. Quincy Williams, that's not a surprise. Marcel Darius, I think that's more precautionary than anything else. Jake Ryan, who I believe is a Jaguar, but I have never really seen him do anything, so I will just go off the fact that he is on the roster, but I haven't. I mean, I'm assuming Jake Ryan is in Jacksonville doing something to get ready.
Has Marone said anything other than the setback that he told us weeks ago?
No.
Okay.
All right, and I asked him a couple weeks ago, for an update on Jake, and he made it sound like, not close.
Interesting,
So,
because the
yeah.
other two guys that tore ACLs, obviously Marquise Lee did more than that, are back, but he's not.
Right, and Jake's was around probably the earliest of all three, and so it is surprising that he's. I mean, it's not surprising, I guess, with Doug saying to open camp that he'd had a setback, but it's you'd like to think by now he's getting a little closer. Doesn't really feel like that. Chris Jones, the undrafted tight end that made some early waves, will be out, and Davis Jethro Tull. Want to pay homage to my boy Chris Berman with a very poor
done
nickname. But
Bungle in the Jungle.
That's
Go on.
right.
Please continue.
But Davis Tull will not play, and please try to keep it together with that news that Tull may not be active for the game.
Bungle in the Jungle. Do you like Jethro Tull? Lead singer, please. Be Ian Anderson. I'm trying to help you. No relation to John Anderson from Yes.
I would not have gotten that.
Totally free of charge, by the way, just in case you guys wanted to know that. But they're all playing. The bottom line is they're all going to play, right? In that The Davis Jethro Tull. I will now say that the rest of my life. Okay, but so if we can kind of piece together our ideas here, we think Cam Robinson, Andrew Norwell, Brandon Linder, I guess AJ Cann, or Will Richardson, or maybe Will Richardson.
I think because AJ has started, I think they'll give the start to Will Richardson.
And Juwan Taylor. That's your line. Who is starting right guard, you think?
I think Richardson because they've given Cann a chance.
Who starts right guard?
I think it's Richardson.
This week. So that's the line this week. No tight ends of note, right? So Koyak will be the tight end, right?
Yeah, or O'Shaughnessy.
Yeah. That's right. O'Shaughnessy will be the tight end. I was thinking he was out. No, O'Shaughnessy's the tight end.
Which it's really too bad that Charles Jones is hurt because this would be such a really good opportunity for him.
You couldn't ask for a better.
right.
I mean, not that you'd want it, not that you.
No, but the two guys ahead of you.
But you couldn't ask for a more golden path to the roster.
Yeah, because in all likelihood, Swaim and O'Shaughnessy are the two starting tight ends. They will be the two. They will be the two starting tight ends, and after that, Oliver's on the team. I don't think anybody completely knows what's going to happen, right? With
you think O'Shaughnessy is ahead of Oliver?
Yes, I do. I don't think there's any question right now. I think O'Shaughnessy. I think they like O'Shaughnessy. I think he's the other starting tight end because they start two tight ends. They list on their depth chart two starting tight ends. And no, I don't think Josh Oliver's a starter. I mean, he's a rookie that hadn't practiced very much, so I think he'll play some. I think they'll use him as a move tight end, Lauren. I think he'll be a more vertical threat than any of the other tight ends on the team. But I don't think he's a starter. But
O'Shaughnessy's just been disappointing to me in terms of drops that I've seen throughout practices and.
Yeah, he's at an okay camp, but he'll be fine. He caught 26 balls last year. I think he'll be okay. So, but they'll start their three receivers in all likelihood, right? All three guys will be available. They'll start Foles and Fournette in all likelihood. Defensively, Darius out. Did you say
out?
So Darius out. So I assume Avery Jones and Taven Bryan start.
Bad news for the Dolphins if number 90 is getting a starting assignment.
You know what? If the more you think about it, maybe, and I hadn't even thought about that, but maybe they need to hold out
everybody.
I
wouldn't even have Dan Marino come to the game and watch it. I'd be so terrified.
So you're saying Rosen and Fitzy sit because Taven Bryan's playing?
It could be.
It's a good idea. Yeah, I was trying to get to Bob Greasy, but you beat me to it with Dan Marino. Well done. But essentially, so Unique and Calais. I thought maybe Calais would be held out.
He still might.
He still might. That's right. Doug has not said who's playing. Mm-hmm. He just said, here's who's being held out, and we're assuming most of the other guys are playing. You know what? I'll bet he plays. I'll bet Calais, because I'll bet if Calais sees he's not playing, I'll bet Calais would go to him and say, Doug, I want to play. Everyone's playing this game. You don't have to play me very long, but I need to get limbered up in it. Don't you think?
I do.
So I think he probably plays.
It might be 5 snaps, but I think he plays.
I think Jalen and Boye play.
Jalen, 3 snaps.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And that's plenty, by the way. That's plenty, by the way. So what do you want to – is it vanilla?
Yes.
Or you think?
Yes.
I think they go down the field because I think you got to practice what you're going to do. And I kind of want the Chiefs to see me go down the field a couple times on tape. See, part of this, don't kid yourself, part of this is you're showing tape to Kansas City. No matter what you say, there's a lot of variables here. One variable is get your guys all together. And I do believe they need to play. I said this to the guys in the handoff. I do think they need to play together. They need to get used to Nick Foles' cadence. You say, well, they've heard his cadence all through camp. No, it's a different cadence in a game. You need to get used to what it's like breaking a huddle in a real game with a real play clock counting down with Nick Foles. So I think they need to play a little bit. So part of that is that. But don't kid yourself. Part of this is the only tape Kansas City is going to have of the Jaguars with these guys is this. This is it. This is the only tape they're going to have. So you can decide what you show them. The Jags have plenty of tape of Mahomes playing for the Chiefs. The Chiefs have no tape of Foles playing for the Jags. So you control a little bit what you want them to see.
You do, and I think that will be interesting in terms of how Doug and Flip want to approach it, because I agree with you. I think they need to get some confidence out of this game on Thursday. So I would be willing to show some things that the offense actually does well, that it's shown it does well, to try and get some level of confidence coming out of that game and going into Kansas City. I think if you go in there and play so vanilla that you're you're 3 and out, 3 and out. And I understand there's the coaching mentality of, look, it doesn't matter what we call. If you execute it all 11, we're going to score. But I do think when you go vanilla, I think the biggest thing is you're doing the things that you don't do best. And we're seeing it with the Cardinals. And that I understand because they're going to implement this total new wave of offense. So I understand not wanting to show that. The Chiefs have plenty of film on how John DeFilippo calls a game. They have plenty of film on Doug Marrone as a head coach. They have plenty of film on Nick Foles as a quarterback and what he's good at and what he isn't. So I don't think there's that much mystery there. So if I'm Marrone, my directive to John DeFilippo would be call whatever you want. I mean, it's only going to be 15, 20 snaps max anyway with these guys. It might even be less. So, I mean, go ahead and score. Do what you need to do to get us in the end zone. Do what you need to do for us to come back on the field and at least get a first down, if not a touchdown or a field goal, and then let us leave the field feeling pretty good about ourselves.
I think that'd be great as a fan to watch and certainly as a media member to watch and enjoy that. Something tells me, though, that they're not going to throw a deep pass. They are going to not just hand it off. They're going to go for some short passes, but I think it's incredibly vanilla. I don't think we're sitting there walking away going, wow, now that's going to be an offense that's going to be hard to stop.
Well, yeah, and the things you do, I don't think you'll see trick plays. If you see a trick play, it's one they want Kansas City to prepare for. If you see one reverse or a reverse pass, then any kind of a flea flicker, then it's one they want Kansas City to be thinking about, and they want them to have to take some time practicing against it. So, but I think the ball's going down the field. Number one, I think that's who they are. And if I'm Leonard Fournette, I want 2 or 3 deep balls. I'd like to see my team hit 2 or 3 deep balls in this game, just so Kansas City's worried about it. Again, Leonard Fournette has even though they had a good year in 2017, Leonard Fournette has never run against an empty box, right? Not as a pro. I'm not sure how much as a college player did he.
I really think he's going to be if Nick Foles can prove to opponents that he can hit the deep ball. I think Leonard Fournette's going to be stunned at some of the space pre-snap he's going to see in the defense. He's never seen it. He's always been the guy that everybody's tried to stop, and that'll probably still be the case initially. But if Nick Foles can prove that he can hit Dede and Conley on explosive plays and Chark, and he's going to take those shots. It would be stunning after seeing Nick Foles every OTA, every training camp practice. I mean, he's taken multiple shots in every one that we've seen. So to get to a regular season game and then become, a check down guy, there'll be an aspect of that. But he is going to go after explosive plays down the field, and that can do nothing but help Leonard Fournette.
And the good news is we've seen a very successful completion rate of deep passes thrown in training camp. We obviously haven't seen Foles in any preseason games, but I still don't expect that to happen. I don't expect Foles to go deep to Conley Thursday night, but I would love it.
Yeah, I think he's going to go deep to Conley Thursday night. I think there's going to be a ball down the field, whether they hit it or not. And it might be Chark, but I think there's going to be a ball or two down the line, down the field. Number one, the Chiefs know he played for the Chiefs, so they know he's got a tendency to try and go down the field. So it's not like they don't know his tendencies. So we'll see. I'm excited about that game. This is a game that I am very excited about seeing what they have, seeing it against a team that I think they're better than them. So if everything goes according to plan, I'm also intrigued. Who's starting for the Dolphins?
I think it's Fitzpatrick.
Is it Fitzpatrick?
Yeah.
Okay, so Fitzy will start the game? Yeah, that's interesting. Is that for this week?
That's what Flores said yesterday.
He's been – oh, he did. That he'll start this game.
Yes.
He hasn't named him the starter yet.
Correct.
I got you.
It will just start tomorrow night or Thursday night.
All right, we're going to get to some
I'm ready for it to be Thursday night.
I'm ready for it as well. You got some breaking news, though. That surprised me, the news you just told me.
I do, yeah. Auburn named its starting quarterback, and unfortunately for local fans, it is not Joey Gatewood. They decided to name Bo Nix as the starter.
Boo.
I'm really surprised by that, and I don't follow it closely enough to know why, but he's a legacy. His dad, Patrick Nix, was a quarterback there in the 90s, but boy, oh boy, Gatewood, and I'm biased, I'm being Homer guy here, so indulge Homerness. Probably won't be your first time with me, but this is a 6'5", 240-pound rifle arm guy that's been there longer. Really surprised. Really surprised.
Joey Gatewood would look great in a Gators uniform
in
what? 2020.
Yeah, really. I mean, certainly. I mean, again, we'll see what happens. But everything you had heard too is that Nix had struggled there.
I'm shocked by this.
Yeah, I am too. So, all right.
Well, it's not like they have an important game opening week. It's just Auburn, led by Justin Herbert.
Yeah, or Oregon. Yeah, that's
what I meant.
That's the point. They have a big game against a really good team. So we'll see. Let's take a break. Let's get into college football. The Canes in Florida are going to play. They've announced a home and home. Obviously, they play this week, but they announced a home and home. Who are the Canes to various generations? Interesting, isn't it? We'll talk about it after this on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
The Frangie Show, live from the law offices of Brett Hastings Studio on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
1010XL remembers the summer movie blockbusters.
The Force is with you, young Skywalker.
The Force is strong in my family.
So, you have accepted the truth.
I know there is good in you.
I am
1010XL.
You want great barbecue? You want Bono's, folks. Fast, friendly service, clean family restaurants. And man, oh man, is that barbecue good. No matter where you go in town, where you live in town, where you work in town, you are close to a Bono's. In our case, close to 2 or 3 of them. That's what we love about it. We can pick our Bono's around here. It's always good. So look, if you want ribs, Brunswick stew, that chicken is so good. I get that all dark meat chicken, and I love it. Best of all, if you just love great barbecue. Barbecue you know is going to be good. A restaurant you can trust. The best in town is Bono's.
I'm attorney Charlie Wood with ATS Law Group and Attorneys Title Services. Our law firm is a modern, community-based law firm focusing on real estate law, construction disputes, business litigation, and commercial collections. Whether you own a small or large company, ATS Law Group has the experience and know-how to solve your legal issues with personal concierge service. We have 4 locations around town, so we are always directly accessible when you need us. If you're a business owner and need legal representation, find us at atslawgroup.com.
Brian and Angela Wall here with Window World. By now, everyone has heard about saving money on their energy bills. There are all sorts of things you can do to cut energy costs, but most people don't think about their windows.
But Window World knows that the biggest energy loss in almost every home is the windows. There is more energy loss from old builder-grade windows than just about anything else in your home.
You can upgrade your heating and air, your appliances, that's good too. But before you do all that, upgrade your windows to Window World's energy-efficient windows.
Window World's windows are easy to clean, energy efficient, and have the best guarantee in the business.
Window World's slogan is simply the best for less, and we mean it. You get great American-made windows, and you get to keep more of your money when you buy from Window World. Need any more reasons to buy your windows from Window World? Call them today and set up your free in-home estimate, or go online to windowworldneflorida.com.
Window World, simply the best for less.
Thank you for your business.
Window World also offers energy-efficient doors and siding.
If you're having early signs of ED or are currently taking medications for it, Core Wave Therapy may be for you. This is Dr. West, board-certified urologist with the McKeever Clinic. Core Wave Therapy is a non-invasive sound wave therapy used to treat ED. It's a potential long-term solution that allows you to live in the moment. Imagine, no surgery, no more pills.
Call 355-6583 or visit corewavetherapy.com for more information. McKeever Clinic, innovators in urological care since 1921.
Attention men and women. If you would like to get your hair back, then you need to listen to some of our clients. John in Orange Park.
IHRS showed me what was causing my hair loss and helped stop it.
Call IHRS now at 904-777-IHRS. Find out how to grow your hair back with a free hair and scalp examination. Mike from Bay Meadows.
I finally found the most experienced company who could restore my hair. Now I have hair where I had none before.
Results guaranteed. Diane from Ponte Vedra.
Now I have what lotions couldn't give me. Thick, beautiful hair.
Find out why you're losing your hair and how to grow your hair back. Call 904-777-IHRS for a limited time free hair and scalp examination.
Now my hair will grow for the rest of my life. Thanks, IHRS.
Thank you, IHRS.
Thanks, IHRS, for giving me my hair back.
Hurry, this free examination, normally $199, is yours for free and good only through Sunday. For your free examination, call IHRS at 904-777-IHRS. That's 904-777-4477. Call now.
The station with the best Jaguars coverage. 1010XL, 92.5 FM.
What's up, North Florida poker fans? This is Allie McDeal from both Best Bet Card Rooms in Jacksonville and Orange Park. The World Poker Tour returns to Jacksonville September 27th, and there's no better time to lock up your seat in the main event than right now. You will find satellites into the $5,000 buy-in main event for as little as $120. Satellites are going on now. Get ready to take your shot at $1 million prize pool in the WPT main event. For more detailed information, visit them on the web at bestbetjacks.com. Best Bet, where anybody can win.
When this is the sound of a waterfall in nature, there's no cause for concern. But when it's the sound of water gushing through your living room ceiling because a pipe bursts inside the wall, there's reason to panic unless you pick up the phone and call 1-800-SERVPRO. Only the cleanup and restoration specialists at ServPro can help make fire and water damage like it never even happened. So make the call to 1-800-SERVPRO at the first sign of water damage. Franchises are independently owned and operated.
Adamak Harley-Davidson wants you to be the first to see the new 2020 models, whether you ride or want to learn to ride. Join us for our open house Saturday, September 7th at all 3 Adamak locations. Test rides new product and be entered to win an Adamak shopping spree. Don't forget, we take anything with a VIN on trade. Stop in today, and our newest location will be opening this fall in St. Augustine. Visit AdamakHarley.com or see dealer for details.
You have sore muscles or joint pain? This is Lance Brown with 180 Products, a veteran-owned Jacksonville-based company. We create all-natural organic products to help you experience relief from muscle and joint pain, soreness, bruises, cuts, scrapes, athlete's foot, rashes, and more. Don't let pain stop you from doing what you love. Visit 180products.com today. Satisfaction guaranteed or your money back. 180products.com.
Wake up and smell the great outdoors. Looky here. On the Nimnicht Outdoor Show.
Let's do it, boys.
Jeff Lageman, Captain Kevin, and Captain Kirk.
I saw all these ducks on the water.
This Saturday morning from 7 to 10 on 1010XL. This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
More of The Frangie Show now on a Nimnicht Tuesday. Nimnicht, your friends in the car business since 1941.
An annual series. Since 1938, save for 1 year when Florida didn't field a team during World War II, Miami leads the all-time series 29-26, but of course they will play Saturday night, and then they'll play twice, 2024 and 2025. So in theory, the series could be all tied up after all these meetings at the end of those 3 games, or Miami could take a further advantage. Frank, your question, because we're all born in different generations, or we're kind of from the similar generations, but born in different decades, is what does Miami mean to you? So, Frank, I'll start with you.
Yeah.
What does the U mean? What did it used to mean? What does it mean now?
Well, and again, when I was a kid and when I was going to Florida and even growing up, the U wasn't the U. They were just an okay program. They lost more than they won. They were just all right. When Howard Schnellenberger built that thing, starting in the late 70s, but really the early 80s, he created what he called the state of Miami. And he said, by God, and he was a former assistant coach with the Colts in the NFL and was very well known. And he said, we're going to anybody West Palm Beach County down are ours. And we're going to shut off the rest of the state and put a gate around it, or what all the recruiting people say. And he created this belief that I'm going to get my speed and my athletes from South Florida. I'm going to go get my quarterbacks from Pennsylvania, New York, and California. And I'm going to supplement it with some guys from here and there from Texas or wherever. And we're going to be the best team. And everybody laughed about that. Well, there were so many good players in South Florida that it happened. That Miami had, all of a sudden, the Jerome Browns and the Daniel Stubbs and all these great players were staying in Miami, and they were whipping everybody. And so to me, and they had the fatigues and the smoke. And I've told you one of my favorite stories ever was talking to Brett Bielema with Toretta. And Bielema says to Gino, we're talking before a Wisconsin game. He's the Wisconsin coach. We're meeting with him on Friday, and he goes, Bielema goes, oh, you're going to shake my hand this time, huh? And Gino goes, Coach, I didn't shake your hand before? He said, oh, yeah. I was playing a linebacker for Iowa. We were playing you guys, and you guys wouldn't shake our hands. He said, we were all fired up. We were ticked off. We were going to show you. I'll show you not to shake our hands. Then when you had us down 47-3, I figured out why you didn't shake our hands. And Torretta explained, Coach, we did what the defensive guys said. They said we weren't shaking hands. We weren't shaking hands. There was a toughness. There was we were badder than you. We're tougher than you. We look dirty, although they didn't really play dirty. We have a criminal image, even though they really weren't criminals. But that's how you felt about them. You were scared of them, and they were out tough. They'd out tough you, and they wore that as a badge of honor, man. That swag and that toughness, and the U became a thing, and it served them well over the years. That's a reason. That's one of the reasons they won all those titles over and over and over again. And that's who the U was, and that's the U I know. That U hasn't existed in a long time. Even when they got good again in the early 2000s, it felt different. It felt like they just had great players. But that 01 team was really good. If you asked me to rank the Miami teams, I'd probably go 91 first, 01 second. I would probably go then 89, 87, 83. That'd be my ranking of their 5 national title teams. But I'll always remember the U, the swag, the toughness, the perception of a criminal element, even though really they weren't. That's all I'll always think of the U. And getting to be really close friends with Torretta, enhanced that. And so, so to me, that's who the U is. But is that who the U is? You before Hayes goes. Is that who the U is to you? Who are they to you? Who's Miami to you?
I think they were once upon a timers. They are a school that has a really strong winning tradition for a very short period of time. And as a private school, they face some challenges. And over the years, I think since 01, it's been now almost 20 years that you're talking about a program that yearns to be back to where they once were. But it seems so far away. Even when Mark Richt had them winning, they still never felt like they were the Miami of old. To me, they're Seminole killers a little bit in the 90s, and certainly at the 04 Peach Bowl that I went to in Atlanta, Miami crushed Florida there, and that was disappointing. But I would say as a program now, they are a school that is yearning to get back to where they once were, but probably never will.
But were you old enough, and did you appreciate it enough? You were born in 82, so you were a little kid when this thing started.
Yep.
And you weren't even a teenager when that wave of it ended. Now, they got good again, but the intimidation and the toughness and did you ever feel that as a fan? Or?
Yeah, because I had a lot of friends that were Notre Dame fans.
Okay.
Because their parents went to Notre Dame.
Good
so
call.
I knew the Catholics versus convicts type stuff. And yet, like you said, they didn't play dirty, but you almost expected them to be that type of team that would, take a quarterback's leg out if need be.
Give me any connection between the great Miami for you?
I just remember the 2001 team pretty good. Frank Gore and Willis McGahee, Clinton Portis, that being the backfield was ridiculous. And that's just 3 guys off of that incredible 2001 team. But that's really what I remember was the 01 team.
Yeah, that was Andre Johnson, Ken Dorsey. The amount of players on that team were
tight ends.
Right.
Were ridiculous.
They had
Shockey and Winslow.
And Winslow on the same team.
If you look at the Ohio State team, both Ohio State and Miami, the amount of NFL talent that they both put into the league since they played in the championship game that year is incredible.
What about you? What is the U? What is the U to you?
When I was a kid, the U was Iron Mike Tyson. It was the team that would show up on the field and have you beat before the bell rang. And that was how Iron Mike Tyson was. Before he got upset by Buster Douglas, Mike Tyson had an aura of invincibility. That not only was he going to beat you, but he was going to absolutely destroy you. And the U was like that to me growing up. I was 11 when Florida and Miami played in 87, and I was 24 the next time they played in 01. So for me personally, I missed the whole thing. 11 to 24 are your fanatical years of being a fan. And it can certainly extend beyond that, but that's where your allegiances form and cement is in that time period of your life, and Florida never played Miami. So I liked Miami. They beat FSU. If it wasn't for Miami, Florida State would have 6 national championships. So I always liked Miami, and it is weird to think of Miami as a rival for my generation because it just hasn't. And even in the games that Miami and Florida have played since, none of them have meant anything. I mean, for the most part, it's Peach Bowls, or it's, I covered the 01 Sugar Bowl, and that was a big game. It was a huge bowl, but it wasn't for the title or anything like that. But I'm excited that they're playing 3 over the next 6 years, and I'm certainly excited for Saturday's game. But I have no animosity towards Miami at all, and really respect and envied really what they were.
I can tell you this. Gator fans, by and large, never hated the Canes. Canes hated the Gators. The Canes hated the Gators. The Canes really resented the Gators. Back in the day, they felt like they were elitist. It was thrown in their face too much. So they're the South Florida, the real South Florida Canes couldn't stand the Gators, even though it was the other way around or up here. Florida's concentrated way more on other rivals. But it's one of the most interesting when they write the book on college football. What's this? Year 150, right?
Right.
If they ever write the book on 150 years of college football, someone's going to write the ultimate college football book. The chapter on the U that really stretched from 83 to 01, that 18-year stretch, will be one of the most fascinating chapters because the Iron Mike Tyson comparison is a perfect analogy. That's who they were. You were beaten before the game started. You know why else is such a great analogy? You're almost a little scared. Now, college football teams will never admit that they were scared. Steve Spurrier told me one time that the only time he named some players, I won't tell you who the players were because I don't want to embarrass players, but he said that Nebraska game in '95, the Tommy Frazier still running game, 62-24, whatever the game was, is the only time he ever saw his players not excited about going into combat because Nebraska was so physical, hit so hard. And again, I wouldn't name the players, but that's the only time he ever saw a handful of guys that weren't looking forward to running back out there. Only time, ever. The only time he ever saw it. Well, I think teams that played those Miami teams, the really good ones, dealt with some of that. They didn't want to, Mike Tyson, I got to believe you're across the ring and they're announcing you and they're announcing Mike Tyson and the crowd's going crazy and you're in Vegas and he's in there in those black trunks and that look on his face. Right about the time that bell's ringing, you're thinking, this ain't good.
I hope the check clears.
Right. I mean, that's right. That's what you're thinking, right? Well, I think Miami had that. That's why it's such a good analogy because I think that too.
The intimidation factor.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, not just intimidation because you're better than us, you're going to beat us. Miami was like Alabama. When Miami blew you out, now they beat Notre Dame 58-7, but Miami blowouts were 34-3. They weren't 64-3. They would just maul you physically. That's how they would maul teams physically. So you're intimidated because you were going to lose. You're also intimidated because you were going to get physically pounded on. And so that's who they were. But it's a fascinating story that they never created it till 83. All these years of college football, they've been playing college football. Jim Otto played at Miami. I mean, Ted Hendricks played at Miami. It's not like they were new to football. But they never figured that part of it out until 83 because they didn't have the tradition that the Alabama and Penn State and Notre Dame had. And then they were lights out. They had a little stretch in the 90s where they weren't great, the Ryan Clement, that era. But for the most part, they were till 81, till 01. And then it went away. And since 01, they have not been – I mean, that's 18 years ago. We're not talking about a couple years ago. That's 18 years ago, right? So – I mean, the last time. I mean, Lauren, you were a teenager when that run started. That run ended. So I mean, 18 years ago is when
sophomore in college. So yeah, teenager.
You were a teenager.
Literally a teenager.
I did the math. You're 36. I subtracted 18 years. I'm really good at math.
I was thinking I was much older.
Okay. So, sorry. I know math.
I like it better to say I was a teenager.
So, but the point is, it's been that long. So what a fascinating story. That this team that never had done anything comes around in 83 and then starts dominating everybody. And then 01 it ends. And it ended.
Did you read Chris Harry's article?
I did.
Which I thought was really interesting.
Yeah, I talked about the history of the series and
how the players nowadays, Miami means literally nothing.
Nothing, and that's what got me thinking about the topic for our program today is there's nothing to it. And again, I'm of the belief that they will never again be Mike Tyson. See, when Alabama was Alabama under Bear Bryant, they dominated everybody. Same thing. Intimidated. You were beat before the game started. And then that went away. That went away. Bear Bryant's last game was in 82. I mean, it went away. Now, Gene Stallings won a national title in 92, but it wasn't like the Bear years. They didn't stay great for very long. They were up and down in the 90s. They're okay. But everyone knew if they ever got the right guy back, they'd be Alabama again, and they got the right guy, Nick Saban. I don't think Miami will. I think Nick Saban could go down there, or Urban Meyer could go down there, and they'd be good, but they wouldn't be as good as Urban had Ohio State. I just think it's too hard. There's not enough. And by the way, Nick Saban and Urban Meyer wouldn't take that job because they don't have the resources that Alabama and Ohio State have. So he wouldn't take it. So it's a really interesting dynamic. It really is, and it's going to be fun to see if this Manny Diaz guy can bring it back.
Yeah, but I would push you a little bit in theory, because if Urban, let's say, went there, I don't think Nick Saban's ever leaving Alabama to go to Miami, but if Urban went there, the players are right there. So, yes, the resources might be a challenge, but if he can somehow bring a little bit of that swagger back, people want to attend that university.
Yeah, but that's like saying if John Calipari went to Wake Forest, he could make them good. He ain't going to Wake Forest, okay? He's not going. Cal's not going to Wake Forest. Cal might go to UCLA. He might go to Indiana. He might go to Kansas. Urban ain't going to Miami. That's kind of my point. You agree with that?
Well, a big part of it, too, is what can Miami pay its football coach? Can they pay their football coach $7 million a year, $8 million a year? Because that's what it's going to take to get Urban Meyer.
I think you could grind – my opinion on that is, could you grind up a competitive salary for the head coach if you cashed in every booster chip you had? Could you get close? Maybe, maybe not. But all the other things, assistant salaries, recruiting budget, facilities, it's more than just the $7 million. It's the $50 million when you add it all up, they'll never have. So that's what you're saying. So I'm not disagreeing.
Well, yeah, because you look at their coaching hires. Larry Coker was glad to have it.
Yeah.
Randy Shannon was glad to have it. Al Golden, glad to have it. Mark Richt, glad to have it.
And needed it.
I mean, none of those guys had leverage. Right. Manny Diaz didn't have leverage. He was coaching Temple.
Right.
So, I mean, to me, that's where I would wonder, it starts with, before the coach even looks at the infrastructure, you're going to have to dish out to get an elite guy like Urban. You're going to have to give him the Jimbo Fisher deal. I mean, you're going to have to give him 10 years, $75 million minimum to get him to talk to you. And I don't know that Miami can do that. And it really is interesting how facilities have really shaped this younger generation of coach. I mean, Dan Mullen yesterday is in his press conference asked about, can Florida take it to another level? And one of the first things that comes out of his mouth is the facilities. And Florida, making up that ground. I do think it's tough to get established coaches to go to a place where they're not sure they're going to have the bells and whistles.
Yeah, because Miami's facilities, and I haven't been down there, but I'm going to tell you, my guess is Miami's facilities are probably similar to those at Syracuse and Ole Miss. They're not serious. Florida's trying to build facilities that look like Alabama and Clemson. Miami's never doing that. That doesn't mean they don't have some nice stuff, but it's never that. It's never going to be that, which is why that coach isn't taking that job. Just to your point, he's not taking that job. So I think it'll be a long way back. That doesn't mean, by the way, to your point, Lauren, because there's so many good players down there, that if Manny Diaz, who's a very good recruiter, can't get his share of them, they can't compete. I think they can compete. But when I said Miami will never be back, that doesn't mean they're not going to hang a 12-0 and get to the playoffs. I think that could happen.
Just sustained.
I don't think they can do it.
Program.
Alabama sustains it. The right guy at Florida sustains it. The other part of getting the right coach to is timing. Think about this for a second. If Florida had never, and I'm 100% confident this is the case, if Florida had not fired Jim McElwain, okay, if the death threat stuff hadn't happened and they'd have finished a little stronger and he'd have gotten another year because he made the championship game his first 2 years, Dan Mullen would be the Tennessee coach. You realize that? No doubt. He was going to take that job. They had talked to him. He was going to, John Curry had it done. He was going to be the Tennessee coach. And Tennessee, luck being what it is, when they had him interested, the Florida job came open. And then once that happened, Dan had no interest in Tennessee if there's any possible way he could land Florida.
No wonder he was so happy in all those photos.
Yeah, well,
No offense, Vols fans.
But I mean, it's a timing thing. So anyway, Florida, Tennessee, gonna be a lot of fun. We'll talk more about it as the week goes on. It's National Radio Day. We'll tell you all about our trips to radio after this. Stay with us.
The Frangie Show, live from the law offices of Brett Hastings Studio on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Dan Hicken and Jeff Prosser.
Hey, those guys look pretty good.
Talking sports and some other stuff, too.
Are you kidding? They're doing every cliche in the book.
Weekday mornings.
I was just sticking my nose into a lot of stuff that's none of my business and coming up with some crazy ideas.
On 1010XL.
Man, if you want to have a fun night out, head to Alhambra Theater and Dining, an iconic location in Jacksonville, on Beach Boulevard, just off of I-295, near the town center, really easy to get to. And boy, we have a good time. People are raving about Mamma Mia. Mamma Mia is one of the great plays of all time, one of the great musicals. The music of ABBA, so wonderfully acted out, you will love it. And they do a great job here at Alhambra. Now, not only just a great musical, but a 3-course meal, food you're going to love. Just a fun dining and entertainment experience for you right here in Jacksonville. Call the number to get the tickets, 641-1212, or log on to alhambrajacks.com. A really fun night out, very affordable, easy to get to, very efficient, great food and great fun. What are you waiting for? Call the number today, 641-1212, or log on to alhambrajacks.com. Go have a great night out. Go to Alhambra Theater and Dining.
All offers are with approved credit and not a conjunction. See dealer for complete details. Summer clearance event.
Thank you, Jacksonville, for letting us be your preferred dealer as we celebrate our 7-year anniversary at Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Arlington. Enjoy on-road driving fun in a brand new Dodge Challenger and get the performance you really want. For a limited time, drive yours from just $259 a month. Turbocharge your savings with 0% financing. Save up to $12,000 off Ram trucks. We've got a great selection of $1,500, $2,500, and $3,500. Get up to $12,000 off MSRP and save. Drive a new Dodge Journey from only $249. Every model, every option from just $249 a month. See our inventory at number1cjd.com. Get a brand new Jeep Compass from as little as $209 a month. Join us for huge savings as we celebrate our 7-year anniversary. Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Arlington, 9600 Atlantic Boulevard, across from the Regency Square Mall.
Baloo here for the Blue Crab Crab House, once again voted the #1 crab shack in Northeast Florida. What about Sundays over there? You kidding me? $1.95 Bloody Marys, mimosas as well, up until 5 o'clock. Alex always playing live music right there on the deck. The best seafood in Jacksonville, the Blue Crab Crab House. They've been in Jacksonville for 23 years, right there on Julington Creek Road in San Jose. I'll see you at the Blue Crab Crab House.
Don't let foggy headlights darken your day or put you in harm's way. Lee & Kate's Glass offers headlight restoration to get yours looking like new. For more information and to request a quote, visit leeandkatesglass.com.
Does the building you go to work in every day need a little love and attention? Jason Parker here with Performance Painting. Great companies take great care of the buildings their staff and customers walk into every day. If the building you're in doesn't match the vision you have for your company, we can help. Go to performance-painting.com. Our highly trained team makes the difference. Quality coatings applied with pride.
Performance Painting! Gentlemen, discover the new medical treatment that Viagra doesn't want you to know about. I'm Bradley I with Synergenics Elite Health, and we offer GainsWave. It's a simple 20-minute in-office procedure. GainsWave is non-invasive, and it restores the poor blood flow that causes ED. Stop popping pills and scheduling intimacy. Call 904-500-5500. Consultations are free. Mention this radio station for $150 off your first treatment. Call Synergenics Elite Health at 904-500-5500 to learn about the GainsWave ED treatment today.
John's Auto has been in Jacksonville for 32 years. That doesn't happen by cheating customers. At John's Auto, their reputation is in its work. Top quality for a lower price. It's full service at John's Auto. Brake, shocks, alignment, transmission, front end repair, tires, and they specialize in AC repair, whether it's the repair itself or getting your AC coolant checked. John's Auto, Arlington Road. Call 743-3857, a family-owned business.
Hey Jacksonville, Safety Tom here with Remedy Staffing. With the heat blazing, it's time to break out the cold water, fruits, and veggies. Put away the large hot meals for lunch and grab some shade in a nice cool area during breaks at work. If you're new to the job, Pace yourself. This goes for at home as well. Long days at the beach, kids' sporting events, doing work around the house. Keep the water flowing for you and your family. And remember, don't wait until you're thirsty. Drink plenty, early, and often. These are just a few simple tips for staying cool and hydrated from Remedy Staffing.
I'm here with Clayton Bromberg of Underwoods. How would you describe the typical engagement ring customer that comes in your store?
Frank, at Underwoods, we often see customers who've shopped around and are totally confused about how to select a diamond. Now, they're looking for somebody qualified who'll tell them the truth and they can trust. They've heard about certification on diamonds, wholesale diamonds, internet diamonds, deals that a friend of a friend can get them, and the prices will range from unbelievably low to unbelievably high. One of the reasons for the confusion is if you look at the factors of grading a diamond, after you know the carat weight, there are 11 grades for cut, 21 grades for color, 11 grades for clarity, so you got 2,541 different possibilities, each with a different price. That's where Underwoods helps straighten out the confusion, because we have the American Gem Society credentialed professionals that'll guide a customer the right diamond for them, one she'll be happy with for the rest of her life.
Underwoods, where customers are served with quality and respect. In San Marco, Avondale, and the shops of Ponte Vedra.
Hello, I'm Renee Harrell. Clients are the best judge of our success. That's why we have hundreds of client thank yous on our website. If you've been in an accident, visit HarrellandHarrell.com. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
Offices, Jacksonville. Home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
This is your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Andrew Gibson for 1010XL. This update brought to you by Garber Auto Mall. On Saturday night in Orlando, the Canes will meet the Gators. Calais Campbell, he's ready.
Yes, sir. You know, it's all about the U, man. It's going to be a fun time. I know there's a lot of Gator fans in our fan base, and so, you know, they won't be on my same side, but that's okay because I'm going to love them again after the game's over. But in the meantime, no, it's all about the U.
Calais Campbell with our Hayes Carline in the Jaguars locker room. The Canes and the Gators meet up at Camping World Stadium in Orlando on Saturday night at 7 o'clock. You will hear the game right here on 92.5 FM. At 4:03, 79 degrees. Your time and temperature brought to you by Bueller Air Conditioning. Stay cooler with Bueller. More of the Frangie Show is coming up right now on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
More of the Frangie Show now on a Nimnicht Tuesday. Nimnicht, your friends in the car business since 1941.
All right, I got a problem. Hayes, can you help me solve it?
I will do my best.
You know, I come to you a lot with these.
I always try to oblige with some sage advice.
Yesterday, our friend Lauren Brooks told us we were getting orange and blue all week long. You remember that?
I do.
Were you here yesterday?
Yes.
Okay.
Although I thought it was Miami, but I'll accept it if she says it's
so
Florida.
not Miami.
So she said
I wasn't wearing any green.
So she said we're getting orange and blue this week.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. I mean, if you look hard enough, look. Here's my problem. Now stay with me. To me, your shirt yesterday was royal blue.
Correct.
That's the Gator colors. To me, and stay with me on this, that looks a little more turquoise, but I'm scared to say turquoise.
That's so wrong.
Because yesterday I said lavender, and my man card was stole from me.
I did
so just
not
understand.
steal your
oh,
man
totally
card.
stole. So just understand this.
No, I did not steal it.
Before I say you said men don't say lavender.
I said most men. That means that you're far more competent.
Just make
with
sure you
colors.
know. So I'm clear. Before I say turquoise, I want you to know this about me.
This is royal blue, though.
But it's not royal blue.
It is royal blue.
If you look hard, but before, Hayes, just so you know, before I say turquoise, I want you to know that I drink black coffee. I drink my whiskey from a bottle. I work in the field. Okay, when we need dinner on the table, I tell the little woman, "Don't worry, little woman. I'll take down an antelope, clean it, cook it up, and when it's over, you know I'm going to the saloon. They get in a bar fight. Okay, so before I say turquoise, I want you to know all that about me. Now, do you know that we're
I've
good?
got it.
Okay, now that you have all that about me, that's not royal blue. It's not. There's got some light blue and there's a little navy. Can I say navy?
You can say
Okay.
whatever
All right,
you
so
want.
it's got
All I
na-
know is it's a shade of blue, and there's orange on it. And
You
that
got to look,
counts
though.
as orange
Don't-
and blue.
Hayes, weigh in here. Okay, you're looking here. What do you got here?
It's not royal blue, but I don't think it's turquoise either because it's not like.
Is turquoise more aqua, like teal aqua?
Yeah, the first team.
Yeah, I'm afraid to go these colors.
Sky blue. Is that what
well,
you
if you were
want?
gonna tell me that
Not even
like that is a collegiate shirt, I would have thought, I don't know, maybe Kentucky.
Yeah, something.
More than.
So it's a
How about North
bluegrass
Carolina?
blue.
More North Carolina,
Yeah.
right? In that
Maybe.
light blue.
There's light blue and there's navy and there's orange. Therefore,
I
there's
understand.
blue
Okay.
and orange, and it counts. It counts way more than, I don't know, someone in this room wearing red and black today.
That's right. Hey, 1010XL color.
That's exactly team colors. So
You at least have navy blue versus red and
Yes,
black.
I do. I wouldn't. What I don't have on is lavender. I didn't. They were lavender or light purple.
I did not
By
say-
the way, it was
I did
not
not say
lavender.
that you're
It was
not a
It was not
man
lavender.
because-
It was purple's what it was.
I was complimenting your knowledge of colors.
You know what I'm going to do when I get home? Go fix something. Okay. Take out my tools and fix something. Is what I'm going to do. Radio. It's National Radio Day. How'd you get in radio? What was your first moment on radio? And how did it happen?
My very first moment on radio was at Big Dog's Bar and Restaurant on Beach Boulevard, unfortunately no longer there. You were doing the Thursday Night Rush with Chad Scott, and, right? Or was it Hacker?
I think Blaylock might have been in there.
She wasn't on air. She
Oh,
was
just hanging out?
Just hanging out.
Okay.
But you were on, I thought, with Chad.
Okay.
Might have been Hacker.
Okay, keep going.
Now apparently I forget the beginning.
Guess
This
I
was
do- I guess I do too, so-
2012.
Okay.
So I showed up as I usually did with some sort of dessert because I figured people who don't know me, I should win them over by bringing cookies.
Right.
So I would bring cookies every week.
Good strategy.
Good strategy, right? And I wasn't trying to
Look at
get
it
a-
now. Must have worked, but go ahead.
wasn't trying to get a job by any means. Had a full-time job. Had no interest in actually getting a career. I just really enjoyed showing up on Thursdays, listening to them talk college football, and then watching whatever NFL game was on and whatever college football game was on. So anyway, I showed up one time with cookies, and this was the very last show of the season, right before the bowl games. And Frank said, "You and Blaylock are doing the first hour." And I said, "Excuse me? No, I don't." Actually, let me take it back. That was the first time I had to do real radio for more than like a quick segment. You had me on for a very quick segment before that, but it was very simple. It was only a couple minutes. But then the first time you actually had us do real radio was, it was before the Florida-Louisville bowl game, and I was terrified. And you know my personality, Hayes. I took the 30 minutes I had before the show started, and I took copious notes on all the games that we were about to talk about. And I was terrified, and I don't think it really went that well, truth be told.
I actually think I remember. Well, you did great. I remember you. What I remember about that is hearing you. I don't remember with me. I remember you with Blaylock.
You had me on to talk about something in my family. So it was literally like 3 minutes.
The first time I heard you do it, I guess I blocked that part out. But the time with Blaylock, I remember thinking, "Damn, she's pretty good. She could do this." That's what I remember. Gibby, tell me your first time on radio.
So I was working at 17 years old for my dad's shoe store, the guy that my dad advertised on this radio station, and I told him I wanted to start in broadcasting, and he said, "Come on, come the next day, we'll see how you do." He brought me into a production studio, gave me some AP, Associated Press news copy, and said, "Go ahead and read that." And I read it, and he looked at me and said, "You're starting tomorrow."
Really?
And I said, "Really?" And he's like, "Yeah, can you be here at 6 o'clock tomorrow night? You got the night shift." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'll be there." And sure enough, 17 years old, that's where I started in Murphy, North Carolina for a soft rock radio station, and I've been doing it ever since.
And you were selling shoes in a buddy of your dad's.
Well, the guy who owned the radio station used to always come into my dad's store because my dad used to do radio spots on his radio station. So the manager was in the store one day, and I told my dad, I said, "Hey, I'd like to try out the radio sometime." And my dad kind of looked at me. He's like, "Really?" And I was like, "Yeah, why not?" And so started at 17 years old. Been doing it
Dad
ever
lost
since.
his best helper.
You know what? Well, but I'll say this: good thing Dad had a customer, got you in the business. That's why we have Gibby.
And for the longest time, I used to voice the radio spots for my dad's shoe store on that radio station. Beginning then, I used to voice the 30-second ads for the store.
And that's it. So you started with your dad's buddy. Ozone just weighed in, by the way. He made a good point. He said, Ozone said his was with Jay Solomon, like about everybody else in Jacksonville, our generation, which is really true. You're right, John. That's exactly how it was. We all started with Jay in some capacity. I started a little bit before that, but then it was on with Jay. Your first moment in radio, first time you ever did it.
I don't know that this was the first time, but the one that sticks out as far as going as far back as I can think is when I was covering preps in St. Augustine. I was on with Lamb and Joe.
Oh, you were? Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, just for over the phone. I mean, I was
Yeah.
at my condo in St. Augustine. And so, I mean, I would say this was probably 2002 or 3. I mean, that's what it feels like. So that I don't know if it was the first time I'd ever done radio,
Right.
but that's for whatever reason because I remember.
Did you bring it?
Oh yeah, absolutely brought it. But I remember watching Lamb as a kid. My dad would watch, listen to Lamb and watched when he did the TV show. So that when Joe reached out, that sort of stuck with me. Of wow, this is somebody that I've like grown up, listening to. So that was a cool moment.
We got to go to break. We'll tell more radio stories in just a second. Also, you're going to hear from some Jaguar players. But the addendum to Hayes' story, I told a story about Lauren, and I wasn't kidding about that. When I heard Lauren do this, I said, she needs to work for us at some point somehow. I didn't know how or when or why because you had a job. But I said, but I'm again, the time I remember, you and Jessica were sitting up there at Big Dogs, and I thought, calm, relax, she's good at this. So I thought, when I heard you the first time, you were on this TU show on 9:30.
Right.
It was at Smitter or Frenny or
and D-Rock.
Okay. I didn't remember.
D-Rock and Smitter.
Well, the time I heard you, they called you.
Okay.
The time I heard you, you weren't in the studio. They'd called you, and they brought you on, and I heard 20 seconds, 30 seconds, and I said, told Griffin, this had to be years before we hired you, right?
Probably, yeah.
We're going to hire this guy. This guy can do radio. This guy should be in radio. Jacksonville guy, came up like we all did. Preps, Gators for 12 minutes, and then okay. So, but that's the first time I heard you. So you started on Lamb's show when you're in St. Augustine.
But this was like a one-time.
Yeah. But that's first time.
It was the first time, and I remember Lamb was battling laryngitis that day.
Okay.
Because I kept saying, "I hope you feel better," and because I was nervous, and he was saying, "I feel fine. I just don't have my voice."
Right. So it's your first time. Gibby's first time. His dad's customer came to the shoe store and gave him his first break. Lauren was with us at Big Dogs. I miss Big Dogs, by the way. Big Dogs
I know,
was
it was a great sports bar.
She came in. Let's take a
and
break.
Hayes used to join XL Primetime when I was the producer for XL Primetime when it was Joe and Hacker. And so I would call you to get you on the line with them. And that was a pretty regular thing. I think it was the Jaguars. I don't think it was
by then, that was well after I had heard you.
Right.
That was well
That would
after.
have been 2013.
Another story or two coming up. We're late. Back in a moment. 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Now, the Lamb Rant, brought to you by the Best Bet Card Rooms at Jacksonville and Orange Park.
I don't know how many times I've heard someone, often NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell, say playing in the NFL was a privilege, not a right. What the hell does that mean? Playing in the NFL comes down to two things: physical stature and football skills. Without them, you're on the outside looking in. With them, you've got a shot, even if you're a little down in the character department. That's not the case in college football. Character and academic success should matter. It's a privilege to represent an institution that serves many purposes and many graduates. NFL players don't represent cities, they simply play in them. They're paid employees and they go where they're needed. Sure, I'd like for every player on every team to be a wonderful person as well as an outstanding athlete, but we know that's asking for too much. If the Jaguars beat Kansas City in the season opener, do you really care about the character of the players who make the winning plays? You probably don't care about who's responsible for your college team's victories either, but you should.
The Frangie Show, live from the law offices of Brett Hastings Studio on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
If you need an insurance agent, let me recommend Craig Dewhurst from State Farm. You call him at 940-9740. Really good agent, really good guy. Life insurance, homeowners, automotive, you name it, he's got it, and he'll do an awfully good job for you. He'll look at your policy. He'll make sure you're spending the right amount of money. He'll make sure you get the right amount of coverage. And he may say, hey, you're good just the way you are. Or he may say, here's how I can improve it for you. Bottom line is he'll be there to get you the right deal, and he'll help you along the way. Craig Dewhurst from State Farm. Call him at 940-9740.
Have you heard? It's official. Diamonds Direct has moved. Thanks to the way you've embraced our unique concept, we needed more room, so we've upgraded. We've moved to a brand new store that's 50% larger. It's off Town Center Parkway, just left of the Hyatt. You can't miss it. Our new showroom is state-of-the-art. Bright, spacious, modern, with gorgeous lake views and more fine jewelry than you've ever seen in one place. You're gonna love our new home. Same great people, same industry-leading warranties and guarantees, same unbeatable values, but now in a fresh new showroom with even more diamonds, more designer jewelry, more engagement ring mountings, more bands and bracelets and pendants and earrings. It's the best selection in all of Florida. At Diamonds Direct, our passion is celebrating love and new beginnings. And now we invite you to join us in celebrating this new chapter in our life. Diamonds Direct, upgrading your experience yet again with a spectacular new showroom. Now open off Town Center Parkway, just left of the Hyatt behind Firebirds.
Nimnick Chevrolet is the #1 Chevrolet dealership in Jacksonville, and they just won Dealer of the Year for 2018. Some of the reasons they're #1 is that they have the most inventory and the best price guarantee. They've been serving and donating to this community for 78 years, and no one cares more about the customers before, but more importantly, after the sale. That's Nimnick Chevrolet. Head there today, won't you? Nimnick, your friends in the car business since 1941.
You have sore muscles or joint pain? This is Lance Brown with 180 Products, a veteran-owned Jacksonville-based company. We create all-natural organic products to help you experience relief from muscle and joint pain, soreness, bruises, cuts, scrapes, athlete's foot, rashes, and more. Don't let pain stop you from doing what you love. Visit 180products.com today. Satisfaction guaranteed or your money back. 180products.com.
Okay, honey. I think we need to call Mr. Rooter right now.
Why? What's happening? Did you replace the toilet?
Yeah, but I think I cracked the pipe. Holding it together now. This could be bad.
At Mr. Rooter, you get upfront flat rate pricing, not an estimated hourly rate. No matter how long the job takes, you'll know your cost right from the start. Drain your pipes, not your wallet, with flat rate pricing at Mr. Rooter Plumbing. There's a reason they call us Mr.
Southside, live local radio for Jacksonville. 1010XL, 92.5 FM.
This is Jeff Prosser. Do you have patio envy? Lifetime Enclosures has the cure. You know, my parents really happy with the work Lifetime Enclosure did for them, from patio extensions to lanai conversion, sunrooms, screen enclosures. Make Lifetime Enclosures your outdoor living choice. Visit them at Lifetime Enclosures just south of Bay Meadows Road on Phillips Highway and set up your free estimate. Plus, you can receive up to 20% off a qualifying purchase. Also, take a short walk to Lifetime Flooring right next door. Tell them Jeff sent you. License CRC 028471.
Attention men and women. If you would like to get your hair back, then you need to listen to some of our clients. John in Orange Park.
IHRS showed me what was causing my hair loss and helped stop it.
Call IHRS now at 904-777-IHRS. Find out how to grow your hair back with a free hair and scalp examination. Mike from Bay Meadows.
I finally found the most experienced company who could restore my hair. Now I have hair where I had none before.
Results guaranteed. Diane from Ponte Vedra.
Now I have what lotions couldn't give me. Thick, beautiful hair.
Find out why you're losing your hair and how to grow your hair back. Call 904-777-IHRS for a limited time free hair and scalp examination.
Now my hair will grow for the rest of my life. Thanks, IHRS.
Thank you, IHRS.
Thanks, IHRS, for giving me my hair back.
Hurry, this free examination, normally $199, is yours for free and good only through Sunday. For your free examination, call IHRS at 904-777-IHRS. That's 904-777-4477. Call now.
Are you in business? Do you have a need for commercial real estate? Whether you're buying or selling, call a team that's dedicated to helping you improve your rate of return. If you're buying or selling commercial real estate, or even a business, go to PantheonRealty.com. Click on the special offer button to find out how Pantheon Realty Group's exclusive offer may be unlike any other commercial real estate brokerage. Pantheon's offer will help you improve your bottom line. Visit PantheonRealty.com. That's PantheonRealty.com.
How do I deal with the insurance companies if I've been hurt? How does the law work? What doctor do I call? At Farah & Farah, our job is to turn that fear of the unknown into peace of mind. Call us at 396-5555. Office Jacksonville.
I have a big surprise for you.
These girls throw like boys, and they know sports.
Let the games begin.
Helmets and Heels, built by Dreamfinders Homes and presented by Underwood Jewelers and American Window Products.
Tuesday nights at 6 on 1010XL. This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
More of The Frangie Show now on a Nimnik Tuesday. Nimnik, your friends in the car business since 1941.
Always a Nimnik Tuesday here on The Frangie Show. Frank Hayes, Gibby, and Lauren with you on National Radio Day. Frank, you got into radio in the late 1980s, early 1990s?
Yeah, my first radio show that I hosted was in August of '88.
So you hosted before you were ever on as a guest?
That's correct. I was.
You just jumped into the saddle.
I hosted before I was ever a guest.
That is wild.
I was covering Georgia had just been promoted off. I'd been the high school writer, and I had just been promoted from high schools to like this college. In '87, had done this college kind of GA job, and got promoted off that to JU basketball and Georgia football. Back then, the Times Union covered Georgia football like a real beat. We went to every game, and I was making, I'm not gonna lie, big money at the TU, 17.5 plus bennies.
That always gets me.
Just so you know, I was on my way, you might say, and so making 17.5 plus bennies, and this man named, God rest his soul, wonderful man named Bill Mize. I went to high school with Bill's daughter Pam. He ran WQIK, which is the big J-Corps station, biggest station in town, and they were starting on 1320. They were going to do all talk. In fact, they named it WJGR, and I think the Jaguars made them stop later at some point, but they called it WJGR. Or maybe later it was QIK AM, and they changed it to that. So anyway, they started the station, and they were going to do all talk, and they wanted to do sports 3 days a week. And that was their plan, was to do sports 6 to 7, 3 sports. Mostly it was a talk station. I think Rush Limbaugh might have been on. I don't know who's on, but I know from 6 to 7, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, they wanted a sports show. And they didn't know what to do. They just were going to do the sports show. A guy named Jack Evans was the PD. And Bill Mize called and said, hey, he coached me in baseball, watched you grow up. You and Pam went to high school together. You're a sports guy, and you got a low voice. You want to do it. And I'm like, Mr. Mize, I don't know anything about radio. I'm a sports writer trying to make my way. I just got off preps. I don't know how radio works. He goes, I'll pay $150 a week. I said, done. Okay, sold.
I'll learn.
I'll learn. So I made $150 a week. So I went in there first day. I've told this story many times. I went in there first day. I listen now to some radio, Jay and other people, because I want to hear how it did. Back then it was start the show and go to the phones. Start the show, go to the phones. I talked about the Gators. I talked about Georgia. I talked about FSU. I talked about the NFL. It was at 6 o'clock. And I said, all right, phone lines are open. And they were open at 6:05 and I opened them. And they were open at 6:10, 6:15. 6:20, 6:25, left them open. I was only an hour show now, okay? We were going till 7. At about 6:38, I saw that light lit up. It was the most gorgeous light of my life, just so you know. I said, the lights are lighting up. And apparently people listen to the station listened all day because they like to talk. So it was Betty. I said, all right, let's go to the phone and say hello to Betty. Betty, how you doing? She said, I'm fine. You could tell she was a little older than me, probably, good bit. And I said, Betty, what's on your mind? She said, nothing really. I just been listening the whole time. You sounded like you needed a caller. So that was my first ever career caller was Betty. Didn't know anything about sports. Didn't care anything about sports. Pretty much hung up after that. And I've always remembered I'm starting my 32nd year in radio. Betty was my first ever caller.
That's awesome.
That's how it all started. And it was such a successful show. You talk about success now. This thing was good. It was such a successful show. 8 months later, they pulled it off the air. And so it didn't even last as long as my sports bar did. But Jay had heard me. And Jay Solomon said, let's do this together. And so after about a month in between, I started with Jay, and I was on with Jay until I started my own gig.
Do you have copies of those shows?
I don't. I can imagine they were really good, though. I can imagine those are some really... That was talent-laden shows is what those were. I can only imagine. No, I don't have any of them.
Jay Solomon is a guy that I really regret that I never got to meet. Like, of all the guys that we've had great, I mean, your generation of sports journalists has been fantastic. It's totally changed the market. And there was a wave before then.
Right.
And you walk past these plaques every time you go to the Jaguars press box or TIAA Bank Field's press box for anything, whether it's Gator Bowl or Jaguar game, and you see these plaques. And I had some interaction with a good bit of them, but Jay, I never got a chance to meet, and I always that'll always upset me.
The nicest man you'll ever meet. I'll always remember this. At one point, Jay and David and Sam and I did a show together. I'll always remember when Jay died, Sam Kavaris went on the air and reporting the story. He was the 6 o'clock anchor, sports director of Channel 4 for all those years, broke down. He broke down. His voice cracked when he was reporting the story of Jay Solomon dying because Jay was such a nice man. And when the word Sam, I'll bet Sam will remember, it's when the word kindness came out of his mouth, his voice cracked on the air. And Sam was the ultimate pro. His voice never cracked, But that's when it did. Jay Solomon, he is most responsible for whatever success I've had in this business. He taught me radio. He taught me how to sell. He was nice to everybody. He never quit working. He worked hard. He learned how to sell. He learned how to write sales proposals. He taught me how to do that, how to price. Well before there was much sports radio in town, he had showed me how to do it, and I learned more from him. I remember one day going to his house. Said, I want to learn how to do this. How do you bill? How do you send out an invoice? What do you charge? What do you say to your clients? How often do you go see your clients? Why would they buy? Because he did the best live spots ever. And I remember I took notes. I'd go home and I'd try and learn and listen. And I started dating Suzanne. And when I was dating Suzanne, she'd see these notes. And she said, "Well, I wanted a sports writer, but I like the radio too, and I want to learn to do this." And so without him, I would have never known how to do any of it. And he paved the way. He paved the way for sports radio in town. Just like John Ozier just sent me a text in the middle of that segment saying, "I started with Jay." So did David. So did Sam. So many of us. And again, the generations changed, but none of it happened. I'm convinced none of this sports radio. And by the way, I'll say this: sports radio in Jacksonville is really good. This radio station is really good. If you've been around and heard at other markets, you know that. None of it happens without Jay Solomon. I really believe that. Back in a moment when we come back, let's hear from some Jaguar players. Rock Armstead, the terrific running back, is the subject of Hayes' one-on-one. That's next. Stay with us.
The Frangie Show, live from the law offices of Brett Hastings Studio on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Hi, I'm Tom Jackson.
This is Shannon Sharp. I'm Mike McCarthy. You're listening to 1010XL.
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 92.5 FM.
Nowadays, we're all looking for convenience. So why would you choose the stressful way when it comes to selling your home? You may not even know your home's value. Well, that's important because whether you're looking to sell your home soon or down the line, it is always good to know that you can by having a competitive offer on your house. And get this, with Opendoor, you can get that free competitive offer within just 24 hours. Lauren Brooks here, and I promise you, Opendoor's website is easier than you even think it is to use. Opendoor buys a home every 34 minutes, and yours can be next. Join the hundreds of thousands of people who have gotten their all-cash offer from Opendoor. All you have to do is enter your home details and neighborhood information, and then you'll receive your free no-obligation offer in just 24 hours like I did. I've already had friends use Opendoor to sell their homes, so what are you waiting for? Get your offer now at opendoor.com/myoffer. That's opendoor.com/myoffer to sell your home stress-free.
Garber Chevrolet Buick GMC wants to help end your summer with some fun. That's right, Garber Chevrolet Buick GMC is offering up to 24% off on Chevy Silverados. Grab your beach chairs, some sunscreen, and a Chevy Silverado and head out for some fun. With the best prices, best payments, and highest trade values, Garber Chevrolet Buick GMC always brings the fun in the sun. Visit us in Green Cove Springs or at GarberGMCars.com. And remember, at Garber Chevrolet Buick GMC, there's always a little room for wiggle. Chevy, find new roads.
Jags fans, this one's for you. Enter the TIAA Bank Take the Field sweepstakes for your chance to win 2 club tickets and get pregame sideline access to be on the field when the Jags come out of the tunnel. A new winner will be chosen for each home game. To enter and for official rules, visit TIAABank.com/takethefield. No purchase necessary. Open to legal residents of 50 United States and D.C. 18 and older. Void where prohibited. Entry period from 8/5/2019 to 12/18/2019. For official rules and complete details, visit TIAABank.com/takethefield. Sponsor TIAA FSB.
Tax problems can be extremely stressful and cause financial devastation. The tax attorneys at J. David Tax Law are right here in Jacksonville to be your personal advocate and resolve your IRS or state sales tax issues. J. David Tax Law focuses on your needs and case outcomes. Don't be fooled by out-of-town tax companies that focus only on signing you up without even working with an attorney. At J. David Tax Law, only highly experienced tax attorneys will represent you. If you have federal or state sales tax debt, payroll taxes, bank levies, wage garnishments, tax liens, or unfiled returns, have a sit-down with J. David Tax Law and get the help you need. Never trust your tax situation to anyone you can't walk in and look in the eye. Call J. David Tax Law for a no-cost consultation at 904-507-4777. That's 904-507-4777. Or go to jdavidtaxlaw.com. Peace of mind is only a click or a phone call away.
Florida, welcome to Save Yourself with Geico.
You casually maneuver to snap a photo of the guy at the restaurant who looks just like that one celebrity from that movie, and your flash goes off. You couldn't save yourself from the embarrassment of doppelganger guy noticing your paparazzi pic. But you could save yourself hundreds by switching your car insurance to Geico.
Yes.
You could save on motorcycle, boat, and RV insurance too.
Oh.
Plus, the Geico Insurance Agency could help you save on renter's insurance.
Okay.
While your flash-happy smartphone has become your biggest problem, you should know Geico is the largest auto insurer in the state.
Nice.
Geico even offers 24/7 access to licensed agents in the award-winning Geico mobile app.
Ooh.
And while your impromptu photo shoot didn't go as planned, you could plan on saving more, like military and federal discounts, with your local Geico agent.
You couldn't save yourself from the shame of being outed by your camera flash, but you could save yourself hundreds with Geico online, over the phone, or at your local office.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists helps you be the best when you play and brings you
the best of the drill replay.
We're calling you exhibition games again. People might not remember, they used to be called exhibition games, and then they became one year out of nowhere, they became preseason games. So our first step in taking back our power is going to be to properly identify these preseason pillow fights as the exhibition games that they are.
Mornings on 1010XL.
There's a whole lot going on this summer at Hidden Hills Golf Club. Russ Libby here, and if you join us in the Hills Grill on Friday nights, you'll enjoy our buy one, get one appetizer specials. From tacos to egg rolls, we'll start your Friday night out right. Hidden Hills Golf Club, Monument Road.
The Truck Accident Law Firm is a national truck crash law firm based right here in Jacksonville, focused on making First Coast roads safer through zealous advocacy for families of those injured or killed by unsafe trucking. The Truck Accident Law Firm focuses exclusively on tractor-trailer, bus, and commercial vehicle crashes. If someone you know is involved in a serious crash with a tractor-trailer or commercial vehicle, contact your local truck crash specialists at truckcrashlaw.com. Non-attorney spokesperson.
Metro Rooter Plumbing is not gimmicky and doesn't have a cute tagline. Metro Rooter Plumbing is always professional, no exceptions. Metro Rooter Plumbing will diagnose solutions to fix wasteful, harmful, or unsafe plumbing problems. The diagnosis is free, and if you feel comfortable, they'll begin work right away. If you'd prefer to hold off, that's okay too. Metro Rooter plumbers are not high pressure, they're just good quality plumbers. Google Metro Rooter to schedule your appointment. They even offer same-day service, including Saturday and Sunday. MetroRooter.com.
This is Dr. Stephen Lucy, the head team physician for the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp. JOI is proud to provide sports medicine services not only to the Jumbo Shrimp, but also Jacksonville Jaguars, Jacksonville Sharks, the Armada Soccer Club, Jacksonville University, Florida State College, and the majority of local high schools. You too can receive the same high level of orthopedic care that professional and college athletes receive. It's no wonder why coaches, parents, and athletes choose JOI, where the pros go.
Mind if we play a little card?
Play your cards right.
Let's play cards.
I'll see your bet, and I'll call.
The Best Bet Poker Show, Wednesday nights at 6 on 1010XL 92.5 FM. This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
More of The Frangie Show now on a Nimnik Tuesday. Nimnicht, your friends in the car business since 1941.
When the Jags drafted Rockwell Armstead, Rock Armstead as we call him, it was down at the end of the draft, late round draft pick. Future pick, I was thinking. Alfred Blue was here. They had signed some veterans to back up, all of whom to back up very high draft pick Leonard Fournette. You know, I got to tell you, I find myself thinking now he may be an important part of all this. Alfred Blue's been okay. Benny Cunningham's gone. Thomas Rawls has been okay and hurt. Leonard is the guy. I find myself thinking two things, Hayes, watching all these camp practices and 2 games so far. Leonard Fournette's even a bigger part of the offense than I might have thought beforehand. And Rock Armstead, who looks like a pretty good player, is suddenly going to be very important because I don't think that not that far into the season, he's the first alternate, as they like to say in soccer. I think he's the first alternate.
Yeah, I think that's a good call. Alfred Blue will not play Thursday. So when you look at it, this is an excellent opportunity for Rock Armstead to really make an impact. He got 8 carries for 22 yards, 1 catch for 6 in the opener at Baltimore. Didn't play against the Eagles because of the concussion, but he's cleared, and he's a really driven, really focused guy. There's certain guys that you interview, and you can tell that there's the way, just seeing him walk into the locker room the other day and sit down and start going about his business, you can kind of tell that there's a sense of focus that I think he has, and he is a rookie, so I think he's trying not to overstep his bound, not to upset anybody, but I think he's got an opportunity to get carries, significant carries early this year. In particular, if Alfred Blue, I mean, we're getting pretty close now. So when you see a boot on a running back, that's certainly cause of concern when we're this close to the opener.
1010XL beat reporter Hayes Carline with rookie running back Rock Armstead.
We're pleased to be joined with Jaguars running back Raquel Armstead here on 1010XL 92.5 FM. What was it like getting back out there?
It's been great being back out there. I've been practicing for a couple of days. Like I said, it's just good to be out there with my brothers. Just trying to help this organization. Win that championship.
When you go through something like that, what sort of goes through your mind in terms of, oh boy, this is something that may become a big setback for me as a rookie?
No, I just try to stay positive and, just take it a day at a time. I understand this game comes with injuries and, a lot of people get down on injuries. I like to embrace it, try to play through pain, things like that. So, I embrace it and I just take it a day at a time.
Rock, were you able to stay active in the meeting room, classroom, and keeping up with the assignments of Flip's offense?
Yeah, I've been fine. This playbook has been great to me. I've been picking it up easily. Just trying to understand, the little things, schemes, block schemes, running schemes like that. So, playbook's not that hard to me. I'm maintaining. I'm just, trying to do my 111.
How much are you looking forward to Thursday?
I'm excited for Thursday. Come out there and compete with my brothers again. Another chance to show what I'm able to do. Just go out there, have fun, and enjoy the thing I love the most.
What's it like being around this rookie group? Are you making some good bonds with the guys in the draft class and the undrafted guys?
Oh, yeah, it's great. Just being around the guys that's drafted and undrafted. Just coming in with these guys. These guys are my brothers. We're having a great bond. We're getting to know one another, hanging out outside of this. But, at the same time, it's great, coming in here with the vets as well. The vets do a great job taking care of you, helping you understand the playbook, getting to know you, going out with you. So, all in all, it's been great. The bond, the connection, the chemistry we have here that we're building in the locker room is a great thing.
What's it like working on pass protection, things like that get a little accentuated at the NFL level?
Oh, like I said, just about embracing it and understanding techniques, everything. So, trying to take it a play at a time, a day at a time, understanding you're going to win some, you're going to lose some battles, but at the same time, just, keeping the confidence in yourself and just understanding that, as long as you got better that day, everything's going to play itself.
Have the veterans been cool to you?
Oh, yeah, the veterans been great. A lot of guys, I've been able to come in and look up to. I actually get to see, what a example of a pro athlete is just by, watching some of these guys and what they do. It's just been a number of guys that, I've really just, watched what they've done and just try to, exemplify that.
It's still hard to believe we're still a little over 2 weeks away from the first game, the first of 16.
Oh, nah, this is exciting for me. I'm ready to, just get this journey on the road and just enjoy this moment. So I can't wait.
Raquel Armstead, thanks so much for your time. Certainly best of luck.
Thank you.
Really looking forward to watching him Thursday against Miami. I would expect Leonard will have a very light load, 5-10 snaps, something along those lines, maybe 1 or 2 carries. And again, with no Alfred Blue, if I'm Doug Marrone, this rookie missed the second preseason game, I need to see what I have. So that, I would expect 35, 40 snaps for Armstead. And
you think that many?
He may get double-digit carries.
And he obviously is completely through the concussion protocol, but I do wonder if that makes you just a little nervous because it was a recent occurrence, that first game that he suffered the concussion.
Yeah, that's such a strange injury because it really does seem like as soon as you're cleared, you're done.
Yeah.
It's like you never had it. So it's, I say it's like, at least in the short term, it's like you never had it. So,
Right.
It's not like a soft tissue injury where, you do have to worry about it flaring back up or swelling, anything like that. So I think, and I do think, particularly because the process is so long, I think you can work on conditioning at a pretty high level, even when you're in the protocol. So I would think that if that's what they wanted to do, he would be able to physically handle that.
You're right what you said. We know even when you come back from a knee injury, it still can be tender. So we think because a head injury is so severe, a guy, even though you get cleared, be careful with them. But it doesn't work like that, does it? You're right.
And it's surprising because you would absolutely think that's how it would work.
Yeah.
But to hear doctors tell it,
all of them.
As soon as you're healed, you're healed.
Yeah. I think this guy's going to be a good player. I think he's an important part of the Jags moving forward. Let's take a break. We've got one segment left with Lauren Brooks. And before she gets ready to host Helmets and Heels, we'll have that segment for you right after this on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
The Frangie Show, live from the law offices of Brett Hastings Studio on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Sharing ideas and emotions. 1010XL.
If you want a great bank, you want Center State Bank with 7 locations here on the First Coast. They do a terrific job. They really do. Whatever it is you need, they're a personal bank. And I go in all the time to the South Point location because I know I like them and it's kind of fun seeing them and they'll help me with all my banking needs. If you want to bank online, easy to do. They're ahead of the curve with all this technology. But if you want really good bankers to work with, you've got that too. You want a great bank? Florida's Business Bank is the best bank in town. It is Center State Bank.
Warning. This product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. The world is changing. Isn't it time smoking changed too? Meet Vuse Alto, a vapor product offering you a satisfying alternative to cigarettes with long-lasting pods filled with liquid blended in the U.S. Vuse Alto delivers our highest performing vapor yet. Simple to use, surprisingly quiet, and impressively powerful. Vuse, leading the way today, tomorrow, and in the future. Underage sale prohibited.
Gentlemen, discover the new medical treatment that Viagra doesn't want you to know about. I'm Bradley I with Synergenics Elite Health, and we offer GainsWave. It's a simple 20-minute in-office procedure. GainsWave is non-invasive, and it restores the poor blood flow that causes ED. Stop popping pills and scheduling intimacy. Call 904-500-5500. Consultations are free. Mention this radio station for $150 off your first treatment. Call Synergenics Elite Health at 904-500-5500 to learn about the GainsWave ED treatment today.
American Window Products, rated by Best of the Best Television as the #1 window company in America. Our installers are all American Window Products employees, no outside contractors, no high-pressure sales, just skilled, honest folks that can save you a bundle on your electric bill. Replace your old windows with Eastern Architectural Systems today and pay nothing for installation on 6 or more windows. Visit AmericanWindows.com and check out our video by Best of the Best Television.
American Windows. The Best of XL Primetime Replay is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, helping you be the best when you play.
Joe, let me ask you, are you and I truly don't know this, are you a pro football focus guy?
I'm in and out. You know what I do? When it's useful to me, I quote it.
Yeah.
When it's not, I rail on it.
Attention men and women. If you would like to get your hair back, then you need to listen to some of our clients. John in Orange Park.
IHRS showed me what was causing my hair loss and helped stop it.
Call IHRS now at 904-777-IHRS. Find out how to grow your hair back with a free hair and scalp examination. Mike from Bay Meadows.
I finally found the most experienced company who could restore my hair. Now I have hair where I had none before.
Results guaranteed. Diane from Ponte Vedra.
Now I have what lotions couldn't give me.
thick, beautiful hair.
Find out why you're losing your hair and how to grow your hair back. Call 904-777-IHRS for a limited time free hair and scalp examination.
Now my hair will grow for the rest of my life. Thanks, IHRS.
Thank you, IHRS. Thanks, IHRS, for giving me my hair back.
Hurry, this free examination, normally $199, is yours for free and good only through Sunday. For your free examination, call IHRS at 904-777-IHRS. That's 904-777-4477. Call now.
Do you remember the freedom of being debt-free? If you're overwhelmed by heavy debt, you may have forgotten what life can be like when you're under less pressure. Financial freedom is possible, and bankruptcy can help. I'm Don Dufresne. At the law offices of Parker & Dufresne, we offer a fast-file bankruptcy option with no money down. We've helped thousands in our community find a solution to their excessive debt. Visit jaxlawcenter.com for a free consultation. Office is Jacksonville.
Have you heard? It's official. Diamonds Direct has moved. Thanks to the way you've embraced our unique concept, we needed more room, so we've upgraded. We've moved to a brand new store that's 50% larger. It's off Town Center Parkway, just left of the Hyatt. You can't miss it. Our new showroom is state-of-the-art. Bright, spacious, modern, with gorgeous lake views and more fine jewelry than you've ever seen in one place. You're gonna love our new home. Same great people, same industry-leading warranties and guarantees, same unbeatable values, but now in a fresh new showroom with even more diamonds, more designer jewelry, more engagement ring mountings, more bands and bracelets and pendants and earrings. It's the best selection in all of Florida. At Diamonds Direct, our passion is celebrating love and new beginnings. And now we invite you to join us in celebrating this new chapter in our life. Diamonds Direct, upgrading your experience yet again with a spectacular new showroom. Now open off Town Center Parkway, just left of the Hyatt behind Firebirds.
Dailies is named Dailies for a reason, because they're there every day, ready to serve you. And in the cold case, there's a cold Bud Light waiting for you, too. From 12 to 18 packs, or a couple of cold 16-ounce cans of Bud Light on the go. It's always cold at Dailies.
Get inside the Gators with the Florida Gator Report with Lauren Brooks.
Go, Gators!
Brought to you by Darley's Plumbing, where quality counts.
A big win for the Florida Gators.
Get your Gators on 1010XL. This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
More of The Frangie Show now on a Nimnicht Tuesday. Nimnicht, your friends in the car business since 1941.
Good to hear from Rock Armstead. You'll hear the comments of DJ Chark in the 5 o'clock hour after 5:30. That comes up in a bit as well. So, I know you guys aren't big into watching concerts on TV, but I last night watched this unbelievable concert of Billy Joel. Billy Joel at Shea Stadium. Okay, it was they closed Shea 2008. I think when they closed Shea, I think it was 2008. Played them all. Had special guests. Steven Tyler comes out and sings "Walk This Way." Roger Daltrey comes out and sings "My Generation." Garth Brooks comes out and sings "Shameless" because of course Billy wrote it. It's unbelievable. John Mayer comes out and plays guitar with him. He's got all the Mellencamp came out and sang "Pink Houses." This is with Billy Joel. Imagine this show, 3-hour show.
Wow.
I mean, you talk about a show, and then McCartney comes out and sings "I Saw Her Standing There." So then, it's unbelievable. You know, I love watching these really good concerts on TV. They're big and high def, and it's unbelievable. And I love Billy Joel. And then he plays, and then right at the end, he's played them all. And then his last two songs before the encore are "Scenes from an Italian Restaurant" and "Only the Good Die Young," as you might imagine. That they would be the two songs before the encore, right? Goes off, big ovation, comes back. Thank you. Place is going crazy. They're cheering, going crazy, cheering. Plays Piano Man. Unbelievable rendition of Piano Man, which is the last song ever to be played in Shea Stadium, right? And last song of the concert, and I mean, I'm like, you know how I love this stuff. I'm crazy. My team's down 13-0. I need something to watch. Okay, but I'm going crazy. I'm going crazy watching it. And that was one of the best concerts on TV I've ever seen in my life. I'm jacked. I can't believe it. It's so awesome. And Billy, place is going crazy. The last song ever in Shea Stadium, Billy says, "Thank you for all the years. not done, walks to the side. McCartney comes back up, sits down at the piano, and plays Let It Be.
Wow.
How about that to end Shea Stadium?
And they both sing it together?
No, just McCartney. McCartney he did Let It Be. And Billy just sat there on a bar stool and watched him. And that's how it ended. How about that? McCartney singing Let It Be. That any good? How about respect from Billy Joel saying,
Yeah,
no,
that's awesome.
we're not ending with me singing Piano Man. That's going to be the next to last song. The last song is going to be me getting out of the way and Paul McCartney singing freaking Let It Be. That any good?
That's amazing. But I still think Piano Man belonged as the last song ever in Shea Stadium because of the New York connection.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I
get it. No,
I hear you.
I totally get it. I love watching a musician admire another musician because they understand the craft so well.
And all those guys, I mean, Pink House is from Mellencamp and Shameless and My Generation from Daltrey, who sounded good because last time I saw The Who, he sounded good. So it was what a show. I'm telling you, get Access TV. I'm going to nag y'all forever. My last, I won't be here tomorrow. You guys will have it tomorrow. I'll be on the charter. Heading down, and I won't.
We need a score prediction from you either today or Friday with Florida Miami.
Well, Friday we'll do all the score predictions and season predictions.
I kind of wanted to make you do it sooner rather than later.
But nope, I'm gonna do it on Friday. But this is the last radio I'll do with you two after the Jags game. So 4 minutes. What are you looking for Thursday night?
Now that we think we know that the starters are going to play, I want to see efficient ball movement on the offense. I want to see the defense pressure the quarterback, Ryan Fitzpatrick, and/or Josh Rosen. I want to see, for the most part, no, I'm fine if Leonard Fournette sits out, so I want to see the other running backs. We just talked about Rock Armstead at length. I want to see very little snaps from the defensive important guys.
In and out.
But yeah, I want the defense to be in and out. I'm okay if the offense goes a little longer than the defense, but efficient ball movement, and I want to see the defense look like a pass rushing maniac.
Are you excited to see Foles, or are you just like, that's great, I'll be excited when Kansas City comes, I'll be nervous the whole time? Are you somewhere in between?
No, I'm really excited to see Foles because we have talked at length about how good he's looked in training camp, and yet all we've had is Gardner Minshew to go off of, and none of the other starters obviously either. I want to see the offensive line intact for the first time. But yeah, Foles, I think it will, especially if they play well, it will send a sigh of relief, I think, amongst Jaguars fans because they finally can lay their eyes on what we have seen, but in actual game action, which we haven't even gotten to see.
Because, see, that to me, what do you want to see? And our job in radio and in print and TV is to talk about various aspects. We want to watch this, we want to watch that, and it's good to see the defense together, the offensive line intact, the whole bit. We've been chomping at the bit to see Foles. We've been waiting since March, right? I mean, when did the league year start? March 12th, March 13th, something like that? Since the day the league year started, actually a day or two before when it was confirmed it was going to happen, right? So we were
at the Players.
We were at the Players, and so since the Players Championship, we've been chomping at the bit to see Nick Foles play quarterback in that Jaguar uniform. That's what it is. Isn't that really it?
Yeah.
That's what we're waiting for.
And it goes back, I think, even to January in terms of discussing the possibility of it. So now to be at a point where finally you get to see it, at least in a more game-like atmosphere than what we've seen in practice, it is great because I feel confident about Nick Foles, and I feel confident that signing him was a smart decision. But there will always be that doubt until we see him get out there and lead the offense against one of the other 31 teams. So this is a preseason game, doesn't count, but it's the closest thing that we've seen in terms of simulating it. So it's a big night. It's a big night for Nick Foles. It's a big night for the Jaguars.
You're going to go host Hamilton Hills tonight?
That's right.
All right, take an hour off. Get ready for that. When we come back, we'll talk a little college football. Matt Hayes joins Hayes Carline and me. That's after this on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
The Frangie Show, live from the law offices of Brett Hastings Studio on 1010XL 92.5 FM.